So today I'm going to be explaining the starter kit. A few things to know before you get into what exactly is going to work for you is that these are customizable. So the first part that most people ask about is the bottom section, which is the battery. Batteries are available in different milliamp hours. Milliamp hours will generally determine the volume of a battery, but don't necessarily directly relate to the number of hours you can use a battery. For example, this is a 650 milliamp hour battery, this is a 900 milliamp hour battery, and this is an 1100 milliamp hour battery. Variable voltage is a device that allows you to control the number of volts that are put through, or the amount of volts that are put through your atomizer. Now that's a little bit advanced information. For now, what you need to know is that if you turn this little dial up, it will make your vape bigger, stronger, more flavorful, and probably more cloudy. And if you turn it up too far, it's going to taste burnt and gross. So you can turn it back down a little bit and find your spot where you think your juice tastes good. And different juices with different viscosities will have different flavors and different temperatures that they taste better at. The next part you're going to choose is what kind of tank that you want. With the starter kits, usually these are pretty standard right now. This is a CE4 and this is an E-Cog. These are both really good options for the starter kit because they're pretty simple to use. With a CE4, it's a top wicking system, and with an E-Cog, it's a bottom wicking system. The advantage of the top wicking system is that it's pretty simple and that when you're done with it, you can just throw it away. They tend not to leak, and the disadvantage is sometimes you'll get some dry hits because those wicks have to pull the liquid up from the bottom into the atomizer. With the bottom coil system, because your wicks are down at the very bottom, liquid is always sitting on them and you're less likely to have a dry or burnt taste. The disadvantage is sometimes with weather changes, these will leak a little bit. And with any of these, when you're changing your batteries and charging them at the end of the night, it's a good idea to clean out this reservoir right here. Q-tip makes it pretty easy. Just clean it out in there and then in the bottom of whichever tank system you decide to use. And you can soak up the excess. That way it'll keep it healthier for longer. And you just clean out around in there and you'll see, usually if there's excess moisture, you'll see it on the Q-tip. Right now this one's pretty clean because we haven't filled it yet. So the next step after you've chosen your battery and chosen your tank is to choose a juice and fill your tank. Right now I can't go over all of the options of juice flavors as we have over 150 just right now and we're getting new flavors all the time. So for filling, this, well actually I should probably show how they go together so you can understand how they fill. This is what they look like when they're assembled, and as you can see the different battery lengths will give you a different overall look and feel. So if you want a more compact device, you can give up battery length for smallness, and if you don't mind the larger size, then you can have your battery last for longer. So that's what they look like when they're put together. The longer will be, the physically longer battery is a longer life because the milliamp hours are pretty directly proportional to the size of the battery in most cases. So when you fill these, you're going to remove them from the battery in most cases. I'll show you the CE4 first. It's not required to remove the CE4 from your battery, but it's not a bad idea as a general practice. Very important when you unscrew these that you're holding them by the base, just above where the button is. If you hold it higher up on the tank, you can sometimes unscrew other parts and cause liquid to go everywhere. So grab onto it there, twist your battery gently out, and this would be a good time as well to clean out those connections. Always remember to clean out your connections because liquid in there is not good for your battery and is not good for the health of your device. So once you have it removed and you want to fill it, with the CE4, you unscrew the top plastic cap and there should be a little washer in there. Sometimes you'll have a little resistance. And it's very important that you don't get it down that center hole. The center hole is where airflow comes in, so you don't want liquid in there. If you get liquid in there, it's not the end of the world. Just use that Q-tip and take it out. You fill it down the side, and you'll have to use a little bit of patience just to make sure it doesn't go in that center hole. And you'll have an indication here. Usually you'll fill it up to about those wicks. I'm not going to do it right now for the sake of brevity. So with the E-Cog, when you remove it from your battery, it's especially important to remember that you're not gripping it by the center of the case, but by the bottom, because this actually does come apart. And I'll show you how that happens in just 1 second. So you grip it right here, unscrew it. Again, it's a great time to clean out your connections, check for flooding. So you turn this upside down, because this is a bottom coil, and you unscrew this cap right here. This part is actually replaceable on the E-Cog and on the bottom coil tanks like this. It is your atomizer, and if you want to remove your atomizer, you simply unscrew it, toss it out, and put in a new replacement. The reason you would do that is if you start getting a burnt taste, if you have less vapor production, generally it's just not performing the way it was before. And those will last you a couple of weeks depending on use. When you fill these, it's a lot like the other, only we're going from the bottom. We still want to avoid that center post because that's where your airflow comes in. So tilt your bottle like you're pouring a fizzy beverage of sorts. You sort of watch down the center. And there's also a viewing window on the side in a lot of cases so you can see what your level is. And you just don't want to fill past that center post. So as you fill, watch your viewing window and make sure that you're not going in excess of that center post because you'll get flooding. If that does happen, again, just take a Q-tip and clean out the air hole, clean out the mouthpiece. Not a big deal. So you secure that on there, put it back on your battery. Most of these batteries are equipped with a 5 clicks on and 5 clicks off feature. So when you press the button, if it's not firing and it's not lighting up, in most cases your battery is off. In some cases your battery might be dead, but it's more likely that it's been shut off. So in order to check, you just click it 5 times rapidly, and now that it's firing, we can see that the device is turned on. It's a great idea when you store these to make sure that you have them turned off so you're not wasting battery and you're not burning your atomizer out. Usually I suggest a carrying case. Here at Henley we offer little Henley branded carrying cases. They're pretty great. They keep all of your juice and all of your equipment. And here is an example, some of the things that you would have with you, excess Q-tips. And here's a charger. The charger goes into any regular wall mount that you have for USB, and it connects to your battery where your tank does. So you'll remove the tank from the battery when you want to charge it. And generally speaking, you'll charge these in the evening and keep them ready for you the next day. When you do that, again, it's a great time to clean out those connections because you don't want the connections and the battery to come in contact with the charger and have excess liquid in there. It could be very detrimental. And just like any technology, you want to care for them and maintain them. If you don't take good care of your cell phone, it's probably not going to last very long, and this is just another form of technology. Usually on the charger, there's a little light that will indicate, and I would give you an example of plugging it in, but I'm very far from a plug right now. And that'll light up. It usually takes about 3 to 4 hours to charge. If you have any problems with charging, make sure you're watching them. You're not leaving them unattended. You're not putting them in the bed with you. Charge these like you would be with a cell phone, but not like under your pillow. Put them on a non-porous surface, maybe non-electricity. I don't need to really explain battery safety right now, do I? No. But static electricity is still a real issue with batteries. My name is Jenee, and I'm at the Henley Vaporium. If you are someone who is looking to get into electronic cigarettes or get a personal vaporizer of your own, and you want some more information, come down to Henley and have one of our expert vapologists set up something that is custom for you and that can help you along your path. I know it seems a little intimidating at first, but we can get you a kit and a setup that works perfectly for you, and we can also afford you an education. All of us only want you to stop smoking. So come down and find out about your options.